Okay, let's get straight to the point. JavaScript sucks. Or at least this is what they are telling you on Twitter. JavaScript or some form of JavaScript runs almost 99% of all web applications. That alone won't leave you without a job for sure. But we are here for a completely another reason. Why JavaScript is the ultimate programming language choice for beginner developers. And we are not going to speak about things like ease of learning or job hunting, job opportunities or anything else. This is the topic for another video. In this video, let's discuss one very important thing, and this is versatility. As a beginner developer in a very early stage of your career, you, like me and many others, don't really know exactly what domain they would like to be working in. And spending time choosing the domain of your interest is not the best investment, especially since you will have a lot of worries, self-doubts and a lot to learn about in the future. And this is where JavaScript versatility kicks in. Postscriptum. Domain in this context means a platform where you will be using your programming skills to create, maintain and release products. These platforms can be like web, mobile, machine learning, Internet of Things and many others. Nowadays, JavaScript covers most of these domains, while lacking in some of them, like data science and analysis. And if this topic has a special interest of you, well, switch off this video and go learn Python. Okay, we are JavaScript here. So, is JavaScript the best language overall? Of course it's not. And it will be extremely stupid of me saying that it is. Also, guys on Twitter would go nuts and start throwing their dirty code at me. So, does JavaScript allow you to use different platforms? Yes. Is JavaScript works well there? Yes. To a point. It is not the best for every platform. Of course it's not. But it is good enough for you to experiment and try out different things. And is it easy to switch between different platforms? Well, it depends. You will need to still learn some new specifics to that particular platform, some special libraries or frameworks for that domain. But let's be honest, JavaScript is JavaScript everywhere, with its pros and cons. By the way, I can already see those small developers with their split keyboards typing me in the comments, where is Python? The Python is more versatile than JavaScript. Why JavaScript and not Python? Python, 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 Python. Well, let's discuss that for a minute. If you Google or ask ChatGPT, what is the most versatile programming language? I can bet that most probably it will tell you that generally Python is way more versatile than anything else. And what they call it, it is a general programming language. And I kind of agree with that. Yes, Python generally is more versatile, but this generally is what I call it on paper. So it is a paper fact. And let's not get to the paper facts, and instead let's talk about the real world. Python covers most domains that JavaScript covers too. But on top of that, Python is very well known for its work in data science and science computations and data analysis. While JavaScript can be used in those too, Python, due to its ease of use, many more people can pick it up doing that job, not talking about an actual development. But as I told you before, let's not focus on paper facts and let's talk about something more important than that, like a real-world application of that language. Ask yourself a few questions. What mobile app do I know that is built with Python? And what apps do I know built with JavaScript? Ask yourself a question. What desktop applications do I know that are built with Python and they don't look like crap? and what are those built with JavaScript. And of course, we are entering kind of a shady area of web development now. While yes, Python can and is used a lot for the backend part of your web application, but obviously front-end part will be solely written in JavaScript, and Python simply can't do that without being transpiled to JavaScript. So in the end, you will end up with JavaScript anyway on the web. So if you ask me, JavaScript is more versatile if you look at the real-world application of that. While yes, I said data science and data analysis and all those scientific computation, the Python is king over there. But we are talking about you experimenting with different domains. And usually when you have decided to become a developer or software developer, you don't switch to data science out of nowhere, right? When you come for the development, in 99% cases, okay, maybe 90% cases, you will stay within the development. While it can be on different domains and in the future with different languages, but from the beginning, JavaScript will really be more handy to you and more versatile for the actual real-world applications. But please, those small people with their split keyboards, don't jump in the comments and start telling me and defending Python. This video is not about comparing the languages, and comparing the languages overall is basically a bad idea itself. Every language is better at some particular job, and while Python is way better and way easier to use for something like data manipulation, scientific computation, or anything else, and especially thanks to its libraries, JavaScript, you can't compare Python and JavaScript on the web, and especially front-end development or front-end frameworks. And let's talk about JavaScript for a second. There are tons of different desktop applications, mobile applications, and of course web applications built with JavaScript, starting from the very small ones to really complex applications built again with JavaScript, or maybe some subset or superset of JavaScript, like for example TypeScript, which becomes kind of a standard of our modern web development and basically JavaScript development. Also, JavaScript is so widespread that nowadays you can basically find it in every domain. We all know that famous quote that anything what can be built with JavaScript will be built with JavaScript. Another part about JavaScript, it's extremely flexible. And over here we are not talking about flexibility as a versatility that we have said before. No, JavaScript is quite beginner friendly, first of all. Yes, it does has its own weirdness and quirks and features, not a bug but a feature, but let's face it, it is still quite simple to understand and to learn as your first programming language. JavaScript is flexible in a matter that it allows you to both learn object-oriented programming or functional programming, if you have decided that you like one of these the most. On top of that, you can start building up with any other language you want, because you can learn the basics and fundamentals with this amazing, if you ask me, language. Every single computer and laptop or anything else, even device, even this phone, right, it can run JavaScript natively. The only thing you need your web browser and you need your IDE or text editor. JavaScript, it is an extremely safe bet if you want to pick a first language for you to learn. While in the future you may decide that you want to switch to something else. And since though people do differentiate JavaScript and TypeScript a lot, and nowadays TypeScript have grown so much that it is actually can be called a separate language, but to me it's also, when I say JavaScript, I mean JavaScript and TypeScript, all of the supersets, subsets, and different other languages kind of copying JavaScript. It is a safe bet. It is a safe bet in a matter of your future job opportunities, and as the most important for the beginner, it allows you to experiment and try different things in different domains. To mobile development, you don't like mobile development, go to web development. You don't like web development, well, you can try front-end or back-end. Web development is quite different, right? So you can try front-end, you can try back-end development, you may even try something like full-stack development with JavaScript, right? And this is quite it is quite widespread nowadays, right? It's quite common that we all are becoming kind of full stack developers. And well, that's it. See you on Twitter, follow me, comment, and please don't shout at me for Python. See you next time. If you ask me how I started with JavaScript, well, basically, I was on a ship that time and I didn't have internet or anything else, so I was using Notepad and not Notepad Plus, just a Notepad and a Chrome browser and learning the language in the console. So yes, the barrier to entry is so low and so easy to start learning it.